Hello YouTube, this is HengarX. I am gonna do an update on my mail deck. I'm kinda maining it now until the new ban list comes out, see what happens then. But so far this is my new and improved mill deck. It doesn't burn anymore, it just mills. And it's pretty effective. I like to play with it. And here goes, one Sangan. It searches for every monster in the deck. One morphine jar. Pretty much you need this card to have this deck work, and yeah, it's crazy. Two necrophases. When necrophase is removed from play, you and your opponent have to remove the top 5 cards from your deck, and sometimes it could cripple them by removing stuff they need, like their dark arm and stuff. It's really nice. 3 needleworms. They're just a mill staple. 3 morphine jar number 2s. They're really good. They're also a mill and can recycle your flip effects to face down whenever you need them to, and it can stall your opponent for a turn before they OTK you or something. 2 Mask of Darkness. Basically it's a flip effect and it recycles your traps, any traps you need in the graveyard, from the graveyard to your hand. A Penguin Soldier. It returns 2 of your opponent's monsters back to their hand, and it's a flip effect. You can recycle them with Mask of Morphine Jar number 2 and stuff. It can be quite useful sometimes. Night Assailants. When he's dumped to the graveyard, you can add a flip effect, which is any of these. It's a Sangan and Necrophase to your hand to reuse them. 2 Gold Sarcophagus. Basically, I think Gold Sarcophagus is a staple for this deck because it allows you to search for Morphine Jar quicker, and once you have Morphine Jar, you can remove from play Necrophase, and that causes you and your opponent to remove from play the top 5 cards in your hand, which hopefully will cripple them more than it cripples you, which it doesn't really affect you at all with this build. So that's 2 of them. And 2 Allure of Darkness. Basically it's a draw power, and when you combo it with Gold Sarcophagus, you get back Necrophase to your hand. So then you allure Necrophase, and then that's another 5 cards that's removed from play. And it can be quite deadly for your opponent if they rely on, if they have decks that rely on certain cards to win. Card destruction. Basically it's great. That's why it's limited. Yeah. 1 Book of Moon. I just run 1 Book of Moon because 2 and 3 can be dead draw pretty much. It's you need this deck to be able to make you survive, and 1 Book of Moon doesn't cut it. It's just there just in case something happens. 2 Book of Tayu. I don't run 3 because 3 is a dead draw most of the time, and 2 are there for when you need them. A Heavy Storm to get rid of anything, and a Giant Tornado to get rid of anything. 3 Book of Eclipse. Basically it's a good stall. They can attack, you chain it to their attack, flip them, flip all their monsters face down and all of your monsters face down, recycling your flip effects, and then your opponent gets to draw 1 card for each face down monster that they flip back up during the end phase, which gives them draw power, but it doesn't really matter because it's during their end phase, so they can't really use the cards they draw anyway, and you can just get rid of them with Card Destruction or a Morphine Jar, which is a good combo. 3 Wabokus. Basically keeps your flip effects alive, so on the next turn you can have more defense or flip them back down if you have the opportunity to. It also stops OTK since you take no battle damage. 3 Threatening Roars, for the same reason, to control your flip effects and flip them when you want it and on the order you want them, and it can save you from getting OTK'd. 2 Thunder of Rule. Basically this is the same thing as a Threatening Roar, just that you can only activate it during your opponent's standby phase, which is good regardless because they're going to have a big field with this deck, and as long as they can't attack, they can't do anything. 1 Mirror Force, same purpose, just destroys all of their attacking monsters and helps you control your flips. 3 Dark Bribes. It allows them to draw 1 card, but then it stops one of their deadly cards, like Skill Drain can really affect this deck, and if you bribe it, then you're good to go. And the last card is a Malevolent Catastrophe. Basically, this card is really great because they can like with a combo is like you Gold Sarcophagus, a Morphine Jar, and then you get it that turn, and then you set Morphine Jar, and they know it's gonna be a Morphine Jar, so you can like set a Waboku and this guy, and once your opponent decides to attack to it, they'll set all their back road because they know it's a Morphine Jar, so you can, as soon as they attack, you activate Malevolent Catastrophe, and then you chain Waboku to it, therefore your Morphine Jar is not destroyed, and you blow up the whole entire backfield, and it's really good. And you get to draw 5 cards with Morphine Jar to keep on kicking ass. And yeah, that's my new main deck for now, Mill. So far it's worked great. It's really fun and annoying to play with. I am not going to show a side deck because side deck is pretty much what makes the losers from the winners. So I'll let everybody create their own side decks. Yeah, see you later. Rate and comment and subscribe.